What if I told you the greatest basketball player in history was once told he wasn't good enough? Before the championships, before the fame, Michael Jordan was cut from his high school team. That rejection didn't break him. It created a monster. This isn't just a basketball story. This is the story of how doubt built a legend. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Dive into what really happened. Words that can crush confidence, destroy dreams, and silence ambition. For many people, those words become the end of the story. But for Michael Jordan, they became the beginning. Long before the championships, the trophies, and the global fame, Michael Jordan was just a skinny teenager growing up in North Carolina. He wasn't famous. He wasn't special. He was simply a kid with a basketball and an impossible dream: to play varsity basketball at Laney High School. Every single day, Michael practiced with belief in his heart. He stayed after school, took extra shots, and imagined himself wearing the varsity jersey. He truly believed he had done enough. When tryouts ended, he waited anxiously for the final list, confident his name would be there. Then the list was posted. Students crowded around the board, searching for their names. Smiles appeared on some faces. Cheers broke out. But as Michael scanned the list again and again, his heart began to sink. His name was missing. Michael Jordan had been cut. Instead of making the varsity team, he was placed on the junior varsity team. In that moment, embarrassment hit hard. Friends he trained with had made it. They were moving forward while he was left behind. The gym that once felt like home now felt cruel and unforgiving. That night, Michael went home and cried. Not the kind of tears people see, but the kind you cry alone, questioning yourself. Was he really not good enough? Was this dream foolish? Was this the moment to quit? But something incredible happened in that pain-filled silence. Michael made a choice. He didn't choose anger. He didn't choose excuses. He didn't choose to quit. He chose determination. He looked at that rejection and made a promise to himself. A promise that would shape his future forever. I will never feel this pain again. That night, disappointment turned into hunger. Rejection became motivation. And without realizing it, Michael Jordan had just taken the first step toward becoming a legend. From that day forward, Michael Jordan was no longer just practicing basketball. He was preparing for war with doubt. He worked differently than everyone else. While other students slept, Michael woke up before sunrise. While teammates stopped after practice, he stayed behind. The gym lights were often turned off for the day, but Michael was still there, dribbling, shooting, and pushing his body beyond comfort. He trained longer. He trained harder. And most importantly, he trained with purpose. Michael didn't practice just to improve. He practiced to eliminate weakness. Every missed shot bothered him. Every mistake stayed in his mind. He studied his game honestly, focusing on his shooting form, his footwork, his speed, and his strength. If something held him back, he attacked it relentlessly. While others practiced until they felt tired, Michael practiced until his legs burned and his arms felt heavy. When his body wanted rest, his mind demanded more. He wasn't chasing approval. He was chasing excellence. And that obsession paid off. The very next year, Michael didn't just make the varsity team. He stood out. His confidence had changed. His movements were sharper. His hunger was visible. Coaches could see it. Teammates could feel it. The same player who had been cut was now impossible to ignore. Soon, college scouts began filling the stands. Among them were coaches from the University of North Carolina. They saw not just talent but intensity, not just skill but discipline. Michael earned a scholarship to one of the best basketball programs in the country. In 1982, as a freshman, Michael Jordan stepped onto the biggest stage of his life, the NCAA championship game. With seconds left on the clock and pressure crushing the arena, he took the shot. And he made it. That game-winning basket didn't just win a championship. It announced Michael Jordan to the world. But success didn't silence the critics. They said he was too small. They said he wasn't a complete player. They said he relied too much on scoring. Michael didn't argue. He didn't respond publicly. He listened. And he remembered. Because every doubt, every criticism, and every rejection was being quietly stored, ready to be used as fuel for what came next. In 1984, Michael Jordan stepped into the NBA draft with confidence, but not certainty. Many believed in his talent, yet not enough to choose him first. When the Chicago Bulls selected him third overall, it sent a clear message. Not first, not second. Even on the biggest night of his young career, doubt followed him. From the moment Michael entered the NBA, his talent was undeniable. In his rookie season, he played with fearless energy. He scored from anywhere on the court, soared through the air like no one had seen before, and turned ordinary games into unforgettable moments. Chicago, a city hungry for hope, quickly fell in love with him. But excitement did not equal championships. Despite Jordan's brilliance, the Bulls struggled when it mattered most. Every year they ran into the same wall, the Detroit Pistons. Known as the Bad Boys, they played physical, aggressive basketball. They hit hard, they pushed harder, and they made one thing clear: talent alone would not be enough. Game after game, Michael was knocked down. He absorbed brutal contact every time he drove to the basket. His body took punishment, and his team kept falling short. No matter how many points he scored, the season ended the same way, with disappointment. Then came the criticism. The media began asking uncomfortable questions. Can Michael Jordan really win championships? Is he too selfish? Is he just a scorer, not a leader? Some said he cared more about personal glory than team success. Others believed he wasn't built to carry a franchise. Once again, the world questioned whether he was truly great, or just exciting. For many players, this pressure would have broken them. But Michael Jordan didn't break. He didn't argue with reporters. He didn't blame his teammates. He didn't run from the criticism. He listened. Every doubt was heard. Every insult was remembered. Every loss was recorded in his mind. Deep inside, Michael knew the truth. If he wanted to reach the top, raw talent would never be enough. Once again, he was being told he wasn't enough. And once again, that belief was about to change everything. Michael Jordan faced doubt like a shadow that never left him. But instead of letting it define him, he chose to define himself. He didn't blame his teammates for losses. He didn't make excuses. Instead, he transformed. He pushed his body to new limits. He gained strength, muscle, and endurance. He studied the game like a master strategist, learning not just how to score but how to lead, inspire, and dominate. He became a player his team could trust, a player opponents feared, and a player the world couldn't ignore. In 1991, Michael Jordan's hard work and perseverance culminated in a defining moment. The Chicago Bulls faced the Los Angeles Lakers in the NBA Finals. The series was tough, every game a battle. But Michael's determination shone brighter than ever. He played with intensity, focus, and heart. When the Bulls finally won their first NBA championship, Michael cried while holding the trophy, not just for the victory, but for every moment of pain, rejection, and doubt that had led him there. That championship was only the beginning. Michael Jordan didn't stop at one title. He led the Bulls to 6 NBA championships, earning 5 MVP awards and 6 Finals MVP awards. Each time someone doubted him, he turned that doubt into fuel. Every criticism became motivation. Every obstacle became an opportunity. Michael's greatness wasn't just measured in points scored or trophies won. It was measured in how he carried himself on and off the court. He redefined what it meant to be a champion. His discipline, drive, and relentless pursuit of excellence set a new standard in sports history. He became a living example of turning pain into purpose. Every cut, every insult, every moment of criticism was absorbed and transformed into unstoppable energy. He didn't just win games. He reshaped what greatness looked like. Michael Jordan's rise was a lesson for everyone. Talent alone is never enough. Success is built on hard work, resilience, leadership, and the refusal to quit, even when the world doubts you. He didn't just achieve greatness. He earned it, fought for it, and inspired generations to believe that nothing is impossible if you are willing to push yourself beyond limits. By the time he stood on that court holding the trophy, Michael Jordan had become more than a player. He had become a symbol of victory, determination, and the power of turning rejection into unstoppable ambition. Michael Jordan didn't retire as just a basketball player. He retired as a legend, a name that stands for far more than points scored or trophies won. He became a symbol of resilience, discipline, and unrelenting determination. His story is a lesson for everyone, not just athletes. It is proof of what happens when someone refuses to quit, no matter how many times the world doubts them. Today, Michael Jordan is remembered as the greatest basketball player of all time. But it's not because he never failed. Far from it. Michael failed many times, cut from his high school team, doubted by college and NBA scouts, criticized relentlessly by the media, and pushed to his limits again and again on the court. Yet, through every setback, one thing never changed. He never let failure stop him. Every rejection, every insult, every "you're not good enough" became fuel. They became motivation to push harder, to train longer, and to outwork everyone around him. His drive was not just physical, it was mental. He used doubt as a weapon, turning criticism into action, and pain into progress. Michael Jordan's journey proves that greatness isn't given. It is earned through persistence, courage, and an unshakable belief in oneself. He once said, "I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed." These words define his legacy. They remind us that failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of it. Each missed shot, each lost game, each disappointment was a stepping stone to achieving something extraordinary. Michael Jordan's legacy extends far beyond basketball. It is a story of human potential, of what one can achieve when they refuse to accept no as the final answer. It is a story that inspires millions around the world to chase their dreams relentlessly, even when the odds are against them. So, the next time someone tells you, "You're not good enough," remember Michael Jordan. Remember a young boy who was cut from his high school team, doubted by scouts and criticized by the world, and yet became a global icon. The very words meant to stop him were the same words that pushed him to greatness, teaching us all that belief in yourself is more powerful than any doubt thrown your way.